Hey, everybody. Yo. How is everything? Here we are. Now then. Happy holidays, everybody. How is it? I'm probably going to focus more on doing a bunch of external buildings for the next few episodes, just to kind of make the city a little more, I don't know, full of sorts. Just because it's very empty right now. And, I mean, it's partly empty, partly full, you know. I'll worry about the interiors to a lot of these buildings later, just because I'm really kind of trying to get it looking good. Copy of Space Falcon on a server. Really, Divine? Okay, well, good luck. I hope you can make that really impressive. Let's try 12. Alright, cool. That just about fits in. Okay. Hey, Thori, how are you? I'm doing well enough. So, my mother ended up going off several weeks ago to help out my grandparents because, of course, they're ailing. They're in pretty bad shape. And so she got back yesterday from. She isn't permanently done. She's going back Monday. Very, 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 very recent. And she's hardly getting any rest, I tell you. And unfortunately, the news is just that both of my grandparents, not just my grandfather like I initially thought a week or so ago. It is definitely both of my grandparents. They're both basically dying. And so, it's just one of those things. Can't really do anything about it. I'm not terribly upset just because I knew this would happen. This was something I kind of saw coming a while ago. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There we go. So yeah, I've had a very long experience with long-term care and things of that nature. I used to work in a long-term care facility, and so I've seen, you know, people who are they're in their last days of life. Like, I know all too well what that entails and what that looks like. So I'm not really a stranger to it. It's just kind of normal in a bizarre sort of way. I can't believe it's normal. It doesn't feel normal, not really, but it is indeed how life plays out. So we just do the best we can, I guess. Not really much anyone can do, I mean, you know, that's life. But I'll make it all right. I'm not that bad off. But I'm expecting either of them to pass away one after the other pretty quickly. I don't know when precisely, because this sort of thing is always just so uncertain and so up in the air. So yeah, if I have to vanish for a bit, you probably know why now. But I'll be alright. I'm a strong guy. I've made it through a lot. I'll continue to do well. But enough of that. That's a depressing subject. Let's change it to better, more interesting things. Hope I can power through the rough times. Don't worry, I will. I mean, it's not that rough, all in all. Mostly because when someone is old and you know they're dying, people do one of two things. They either shut down or they accept it. And I've known so many people over the years who have gotten old and they've passed away. It is what it is. Like, That's life. You learn to accept the things you can't change, or you get hurt by it, I guess. I don't know. Everybody changes, and everybody accepts change differently. So I try to, you know, not let the things that are out of my control, I try to not let that worry me too badly. Move it 2 blocks over. But sadly, we are where we are. I don't think it'll be too terrible, but I can only hope that, because I've heard from my mother that they're just sleeping more and more each day, and that's one of the telltale signs for those of you who don't know. For an older person who's at the end of their life, that often happens. They just get into a sort of almost hibernation, and then they just kind of, in many cases, some of them never wake up. And you just, that's a thing. So it's getting closer to the end, because that's definitely one of the big things that I remember hearing a lot about when I was working with the elderly, and I would hear about so and so, you know, they just kept getting more and more, you know, agitated, or they just kept taking longer and longer sleep times, and then eventually that would just be it. So yeah, I mean, it's rough. Oh, damn it. This thing didn't move correctly. Oh, I put it in the wrong spot. That's why. There we go. So yeah, we just, we all make do best that you can. Is it bad that you spent all day trolling your friends? Not really. A good troll is, usually fine. At least I know it's coming. My grandfather died very suddenly from a heart attack last. Yeah. I mean, there are pros and cons to everything. That's the thing. It's not just as simple as, you know, oh, well, they're dying and I know they're dying, and therefore, you know, I can kind of come to accept it. Yeah, but they're dying slowly. Honestly, if I had to pick, personally, I would pick suddenly via heart attack like your grandfather, because then you're not in any long drawn out pain. But to a degree, that kind of feels like what my grandparents are going through. They're in a longer drawn out, you know, period of suffering. And like, there's not a whole lot anyone can really do about that. That's the worst thing. It's not a pain as much as it is just a general, you know, the end is near kind of thing. And what can you do? You know, that happens. Yeah, death is inevitable. You're right, Mr. Tree. But you know, let's not let this clog up our spirits. What's everybody got planned for the holidays? I'm going to be playing hardcore, and for the most part, just enjoying the day. Also, I would have loved to have maybe done something like No Life, but we kind of sort of aren't doing No Life again until the end of until after New Year's. So for those of you wondering where No Life episode 2 is, that's the issue we currently face. We were all kind of, to be fair, we chose to do it pretty late in December, just in and of itself, and it was okay, but like, Honestly, maybe we should have just waited till the beginning of the year. Who knows? Can't help it. You know, it is where it is now. So we're just making it by. So look forward to No Life in the New Year's. That'll be interesting. I'm hoping that that will at least go smoothly, and that maybe even I'll win it, like everybody is apparently rooting for me too. So who knows? There we go. I think I got a more even spread. I'm trying to make this more like a triangle. But oh well. So yeah, quick and sudden without much pain would have been better in your opinion for loved ones. Less suffering, yeah, exactly. Hey, Diluted Water. I'm all right. All things considered, I'm all right. It could be worse, in all honesty. It really could be. I'm just happy that I'm here. I'm in good health. I'm with good friends. You know. I get to play my favorite game. Get to build on something that I'm really excited for. Like, I'm really enjoying making all of these cool-ass buildings. If I stream tomorrow, I can't come. It's Christmas Day. Oh, that's fine. Don't worry about it, Space Nerd. I won't be upset that people aren't able to always show up. No Life reminds you of Skyblock Anarchy with my calming commentary. Well, thank you. I know you've been watching pretty much since the beginning of my channel, haven't you? Okay, let me make sure that put that in a right. Not 100% right. But yeah, you've been around for a long time, haven't you, Diluted Water? I'm happy that at least, you know, that one person stuck around this long. I know I'm not exactly the most amazing entertainer in the world, but, you know, a lot of people enjoy my soothing, dulcet tones. Or whatever the fuck, I don't know. Okay, that's looking good. Jack should create a massive nuclear explosion that destroys the entire world on the right side? Why? That would be so anticlimactic if I did that. That would be like... That would be a huge cop-out. Like, that really would be. If I did that, like, that would be the same as saying, wow, I couldn't finish this left-hand side, or the right-hand side in your case. And, like, I just didn't want to... No, that wouldn't be right. I've got to do it, man. I've got to finish this place. There's no two ways about it, you know? I've got this burning passion in my heart for this place, and, like, I've seen it through for nearly 5 years now. That's another huge anniversary coming up. My 12th year playing Minecraft and my 5th year working on this thing. Holy shit, nearly half the time that I've played this game, I've spent nearly half of it working on this one build. Can you believe that? That is mind-boggling. Just damn. Oh, Jack, you come on and off, but you love Space Valkyria. I do too, man, I know. I love the style. I love the design. Like, I really struck gold with this design. Both this and the design of the first one. I really, like, made it unique, you know? Like, I was building a little bit on the original Space Valkyria earlier, and I was just looking at it and going, wow, damn, that actually looks really snazzy. Like, I'm shocked I was able to make something, even as far back as 2015, I'm shocked I was able to make it as interesting looking as I did. Like, I genuinely was onto something at that point. I just don't know that I, you know, maybe it would have gotten that kind of press Maybe it wouldn't have. Maybe, who knows? Guess I can play the maybe game all day long, can't I? But yeah, it's just one of those things. You're just flabbergasted by the amount of people who care about it or who are interested in it. And yeah, like I'm shocked every day I look at people who are still around, still comment on this or that. I'm just happy that this hasn't just shriveled up and vanished. Because like my older self from 5-6 years ago, I don't know that I could have really stuck with this project and kept it going like this. Because like my island pair of dice, which is a base that hardly anyone talks about, that was a private development project. And like I did some things on and off there, but like I could never really do anything long term there. Like I even ended up abandoning that place in early 2015, and ironically would go on to make Space Valk 1 not long after. And like it's just one of those things where people, I don't know, people change. So you change in ways you don't expect to change sometimes, you know? And it's not anyone's fault. It's not anything you can do anything to prevent. You're just, you know, things change, people change, life changes. You'll be surprised just in what ways it can. Okay, I'm gonna copy paste this just because I don't want to have to remake the entire ring upside down twice. Okay, cool. So if I copy from here and then flip this away. Oh. Oh, okay. Undo. There we go. I was wondering why that wasn't working the way I thought it should. There we go. Now then, try this mod where every time I die, I lose a heart. Like the first time you die, you have 9 hearts and so on until you lose the last heart. So in other words, I would respawn with progressively fewer and fewer hearts. So my maximum health would drop every time I die. Is that what you're proposing, Mr. Tree? Okay. Yeah, let's flip this way again. Wonderful. All right. I really like that. That looks great. Now then, being weird in DMs. Who? Oh, hey, Goldjon. Do you know this Kana dude is on Discord? He's acting pretty weird. Oh shit. Something happened? Hold on. Huh? I'm looking into it now. I'm not seeing anything. Weird. Thanks for the heads up, Goldjon. I'll let you know if they get weird. Check main. Whatever. Anyway, not important. So yeah. Whatever. Not quite sure what they're going on about, but I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. Now then. See now, what's another thing? Oh yeah, the summary videos. So I've been thinking of going and doing summation videos. These will be actual videos, much in the same vein as No Life. How I did a sped up footage of everything. Oh, I just realized this is all down one. Shit. Anyway, and so I would do a sped up footage of this, of the normal streams, except it would be just your average, my commentary over it. It would be sped up. It would be whatever was in that stream. Things like that. I think that would be interesting. You can't even build? Don't worry about it. Do I still do a flyby at the end of the stream? I can if you want. We won't have done a whole lot of much. Place smooth quartz stairs with air. Place sea lanterns with air as well. There we go. Now, there we go. Moved it. Oh, shit. Never mind. Undo. It's got to be a block below. There. Now it's right where I want it. Perfect. Hey, Jack, your idea when Space Valkyria is going to be released specifically? When is it going to be released specifically? This guy, such a joker. It'll be released when it is done. So it's going to be a hot minute. So just, get comfy. I have no idea. One of the unfortunate things about doing a project like this is the open-ended nature of it means it can take years. I'm not saying it's going to take me years to do, but it could. I really don't know. It's just, it's not an easy process. So yeah, we will persevere. We'll get on through this, and we'll make this place amazing. So stick around. Don't worry about how long it'll take. Don't be impatient. You think I'm capable of making this place by being impatient? The sun won't explode. I love doing that. Yeah, don't get your hopes up like what Thori said. You just gotta learn to wait. There we go. Ooh, this side's probably gonna be uneven. Or, well, no, I guess it'll just be two columns. It's fine. Cool. Oh man, it has been a year, hasn't it been, Andre? Yep. 1 year of building on this place. Where has all the time gone? Let me Space Valkyria, your home screen phone beat Space Valk 2 thing. Oh, well, cool. I'm glad to know you have this on your phone. Your wallpaper, I take it, right? Yeah, that's dope. What the fuck? Undo. Vought FYI. What in the hell? Why do these bots keep, like, fucking doing this? What is this Vought FYI stuff I keep seeing? Been building space for a long time, huh? Yep. 5 years now. Or, well, in January it will be 5 years, but may as well be already. I mean, there's no functional difference between now and January. I mean, 2021, can you believe this? Has only about a week and some change left. What the fuck? There we go. I keep going too far and reusing commands. But yeah, can you believe that it's only one and a half weeks, I don't know, something like that. It's flying by fast, ain't it? Probably dislikes you now. Delete all message and start calling. Okay, whatever. Have I heard of the Tesla bot? No, I haven't. Is that what these bots are, Goljon? Also, why didn't you join No Life? You would have been great at it. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't heard anything bad from you. Oh well. So just what have I been doing once? What will I do? I'll focus on hardcore most likely. I'm already doing a lot in hardcore as it is, but I'll just ramp up my efforts and, you know, do more on that. I'll probably end up making a another really huge, obviously of the same vein kind of place as this, but in hardcore. But that'll be whenever I get to it. So who knows? That could be a while. No joke. That could be a long while. Ooh, actually. Instead, this quartz cylinder, let's make it 20. Ooh. I really don't speak with Herm or the people who own it. Ah, no wonder. Well, I mean, well, yeah, I guess you had to have thrown your hat in the ring earlier. Yeah, never mind then. I guess you just didn't get lucky. Either that or you wouldn't have cared. I don't know which. I don't know if it's the sort of thing that would have interested you or not. But it's looking to be pretty fun. No Life. I'm hyped for it. I just wish we could have like kept playing through the holidays or something, because I feel like I'm going to be a little rusty getting back into it. So I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe everybody will have forgotten every single thing before. And so whenever we do get back to actually filming a new episode, it will be like everybody, it won't be episode 0, but it'll be like everybody will be, you know, uncertain as to what they were doing or why. So I don't know. It could be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how it all goes down. But yeah, let me open up my questions doc. I haven't answered questions seriously in a good week or so. Okay. And of course, the first one on the chopping block is a weird one. What color did they put for Fit's driver's license? Or sorry, what hair color did they put for Fit's driver's license? Just because the dude is bald doesn't mean he doesn't have a natural hair color. Fit has had hair. I'm pretty sure it's like brown, brunette, whatever. Like, I saw him with hair way back in his early YouTube days. He would, he only did a cam video once when he was reading like Jared's diary. He had little stubbly bits of hair back then. A lot of people like that keep their heads shaved or buzzed just because they don't want to mess with hair, and it's a lot of work to do anything with your hair. Oh shit. Is this off? Or wait, maybe not. Nine. Okay, phew. Everything's good. But yeah, it's just a matter of convenience for a lot of people, and that the buzzed look has this air of you got your shit together, basically. Fuck. Which is ironic because Fit has a homeless man's face. If you didn't know any better. To be fair, that's because of the pandemic, predominantly, not because Fit himself is homeless or is in any way, you know, unkempt. He just doesn't give a shit. Because, you know, you practically live on the internet and you have no real, you know, major obligations. You don't have to look nice for anything. It's just one of those things, you know. Unhealthy dying is the name of that mod. Ah, okay. What time zone am I in? You always seem to stream at midnight. Yes, it is almost midnight for me too. I'm in Central Time, so this is just the best sort of most chill time for me. I used to use it a lot back in the summer. I would stream on Saturday evenings with this. And then I started getting really in love with streaming in the morning. But a lot of people are European, and so they don't like me streaming in the morning. Some people are, of course, in Asia or Australia, and they don't want me streaming at night because it's early-ass morning for them. And so there's just no pleasing everybody, and I can't help that. Like, I'm going to choose the time that I like the best, and this is one of the best times that I like to use. I mean, it could be worse. I could be streaming at, like, 4 a.m., which would be 5 a.m. for you. So, CST on top. Well, that's just your opinion, Thori. And your opinion is wrong. Do not ever, ever shove your wrong opinion into my face again. No, I'm just kidding. But, no, in all seriousness, like, it doesn't matter what time. There are going to be people who are like, no, do it this, do it then, do it here, do it there. And I'm just like, I'm doing the best I can with what I got. There's not much else that can really be said, you know? I'll be alright. Don't worry. Someone will want to see this place get built. Like, I can almost be certain. There's always going to be someone who is all like, yeah, Jack's building Space Valk, let's go watch. And then they'll watch for 5 minutes and leave. I imagine that's how it goes. Okay, now let's see if that did it. Fuck. Huh? Undo. So that was still too low. Eh? Shit. I was too high. I see now. Let's see if that put it where I wanted it. Yeah, there we go. I wanted that effect. I love this look of like stare meeting stare and a sort of circle and inner lip sort of thing to it. That looks sexy as hell. I don't know why, it just does. But anyway. Cool. Now then. Where to go from here? Part of me wants to make like sky bridges between these three buildings, make these three buildings look the exact same, which is why I'm not doing anything to them immediately. I'm going to impose this on that and so on. Although this might need to move. So from here to here is 21. And from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yikes, that might just barely interlap or overlap. I don't know. I wanted to have like a sky bridge go up above this bridge this way. Maybe have them be connected up looking like a triangle. I don't know. Wish Mojang would add more slab bear. Oh, I know, right? Oh. Speaking my language, man. Sadly, Thori, I just don't know that that's gonna... Don't know that's gonna happen. But we can dream. We can dream. Now then. Anime Man blocks look pretty over a void. They aren't half bad. Sea Lantern. I will not deny that certain blocks over a void look astoundingly pretty. And might even make you cream your pants if you aren't careful. Just maybe. Two. Okay. So I can't really do that on this side. Ooh. I like that. Ooh, better yet. Shit. Go there. You go here. Chain reaction. Stack it maybe 10 blocks. Bam. I haven't had hanging beacons in a hot minute. So yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. That looks good. There we go. Now then, where was I? OG Space Valkyria still stands up to this day, in your not-so-professional opinion. No idea what... Yeah, that is exactly what I was saying earlier. Like, I've been looking at it for the past few days, because I've been building a little bit on it off camera. And, like, there is something about it. It just has a mystique to it that even today I can see. Now it's still very obviously outdated in that like it's just solid stone brick in many places, and that I would kind of maybe change some of that. But that despite that, it's still really good. It still looks amazing. For a build from 2015, it's really, really cool. And it has no right to be that cool looking. Because I would think, you know, a pre, what was that, 1.8? Like a pre 1.9 build, I would think that would be a travesty. I would say that's a build that old would be just too outdated. But there are some really sexy buildings from that time, like the Sea Spire. Sea Spire comes from 2012. There are just so many things that, yeah, they're ancient. I'm streaming your desktop monitor to the VR headset and geeking out. Oh, okay, cool. So you can see this place in VR is what you're telling me, Jay? How's it look? Physics? What about physics? Okay. So this has a center line of right there. Well, I'm glad you found a creative use for a VR headset, because as far as I can tell, there are only a handful of games that would even be worth my while. And even then, that's too expensive for a just a mere headset. If the damn things could come down in price, maybe. You've been watching me build for a year now. I know, right? Thank you for sticking around that long, Bomb Squad. I actually recognize your name. You've been in here a few times. I can tell. Tree randomly said physics. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't know what physics he's referring to, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Sometimes you can't believe Minecraft is more than 10 years old. Yeah, that also gets me too. Because I can remember when this was just a game people would shitpost about on V ages ago. And it was just like, yeah, it's a pretty cool game. And then, like, it just kept getting more popular. And more popular, and more popular. And then it had a shrink back in 2014, 2015. And then it just surged again. And it's like, damn, this game, it's going to be something. Like, I'm going to be interested to see how this game changes in the next 100 years. Because I think I'm going to see it. I'm going to be around to see it. Because this game is not, it's not going anywhere. It wouldn't shock me to learn that it's around in 100 years. And by that I mean it's playable and it's enjoyed. At least I hope it is. Minecraft is such an amazing game. We can only hope it continues to increase in both popularity and quality. Now that's 26. Because, you know, I wouldn't want the game to suck. I've criticized Mojang a bajillion times, but, you know, I wouldn't ever want it to be bad. Yeah, Minecraft is going to be 12 in, or no. Let's see now. It was June 2009. So 2019 was 10. So it'll be 13. It will be 13 years this coming June. Minecraft will be 13 years old. Damn. That's something. I can't believe that. I got into this game around the time it was discovered on V, the video games board of 4chan. And it just exploded from there. Let me go quartz pillar. And something about it, like, it hooked me almost right away. Maybe it was the nostalgic look, because, you know, it's obviously inspired by old games and stuff. Maybe it was just the simplicity with which I could do things. I don't know. But I discovered it about 6 months after the first public version, which was in June 2009. And that first public version, it was terrible. That first public version of the game was awful. And I can't for the life of me wonder, or for the life of me figure out how we stuck with Classic so long, because that was all I played, was just Minecraft Classic. And I was like, this game, I love it. But at the same time, like, it just, I don't know. It just had something to it that I couldn't quite put my finger on. Oh wait, shit. I meant to do obsidian. And also a block higher. Yeah, it just... Minecraft was whack. And so I played what we then called... it was Minecraft Classic. And then I bought an account in... And you had to pay real money to buy an account back then. And that gave you access to InDev and the survival test mode. And so I did that. And InDev quickly became InfDev. I think it was already InfDev. That is INF Dev, Infinite Development, which was expanding the world to be infinitely generated. And so and then that became Alpha. And then beta, and finally the full release of the game, and it just, damn, what a roller coaster. Like, I can remember so many iconic moments of when I discovered this, or figured out that, or whatever, what have you. One of my favorite things to do way back in the day was, there was a mod, or, well, it wasn't really a mod, it was a file editor. And this file editor was called NBT Forge or something like that. And it would allow you to, basically it was a map editor. And so I would take these really convoluted shapes, and I was using smooth stone double slabs primarily. And yeah, I just, whoo boy. That was probably the beginning of me as a builder. In like 2010, early 2010, just trying to make shit in NBT Editor or NBT Forge or whatever it was called, and it that software got discontinued. I want to say midway through beta, and it got quickly replaced with like MC Edit and a bunch of other programs. I think NBT Forge is like a split off of that, or NBT Inventory Editor, something like that. Like, there's so many. What is the most nostalgic Minecraft mod? Ooh, there was an old Minecraft mod that allowed you to alter the terrain generation, and so we basically made the Farlands, but at spawn, me and my brother, using that, and it was really cool. Something about being able to... Because this was around the time people discovered the Farlands, I want to say. And it's hard to imagine there was a time where we didn't even know about that. And so there was this obsession with the Farlands because a lot of the younger members of the community, you know, they... Minecraft passed via word of mouth at schools and such. And so that just became really, you know, it became the stuff of urban legends, basically. And yeah, it was just something about the Farlands. They were mysterious and unique and all that shit. And so a mod, this is one of the first mods I ever messed with. It allowed you to make the Farlands as the natural default terrain generation. And yeah, it was really cool. And so I messed around with that for a while. Ah, fuck. Keep doing that. Paste. There we go. And so I just, you know, enjoyed my time messing around with that. I did a lot of experimentation throughout beta, because beta had a lot of new mods and stuff being released. This is really the era before we see giant, really well thought out, well structured mods. You know, I think Industrial Craft was one of the first mods that I remember hearing about that actually was that well structured and had like a tech tree and progression and like tiers of stuff, and it was technical and mechanical, and it was like right up my alley. It was so cool. and I played the hell out of it for a while. And then Tekkit got introduced. I'll admit, I watched the Yogscast back in those days, even though, especially on 2B2T and on 4chan in general, they were reviled because they deemed to make content for children, or at least a less adult audience. And that was really kind of like early beta. And that's really around the time that 4chan was being ushered out as the people who really got a kick out of Minecraft. And sad to say, I didn't know a thing about 2B2T back then. God, how I wish I did. That would have been such a cool era to play 2B2T. Would be to just go back in time and play it as it was in early beta. Early to mid beta 2B2T would have been the shit. Oh my god. All the people. Like, not even people that I liked or that I really knew. Just seeing the names would be so fucking nostalgic. And it's hard to believe that was over 10 years ago now. 2B2T itself is already 11 years old. Yeah, the videos the Yogscast made were dope. You're right, yeah. So advanced to what people would normally see. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. The Ether mod. Yeah, Ether mod came out late 2011. That was something. People were always kind of able to express themselves and put their imagination, provided they knew how. They could just make something amazing. Whoops. There we go. And so, yeah, this is really kind of like me being able to do something very similar. Because I'd always dreamed of making my own mod for this or that. Obviously, I've never had any coding knowledge to speak of. So that was very quickly made an obvious impossibility. But I dreamt about, especially by the time I discovered Thaumcraft, and just fell in love with the idea of making an add-on or an extra content mod for Thaumcraft. I've been wanting to do that for ages, but sadly the mod itself is dead now, so. Such sad, much sorrow. Rip Thaumcraft. But yeah, like, oh, so nostalgic. Those mods. We also, my brother and I, we discovered a boatfly mod. Rather prophetic, considering what would come down the pike many years later. A boatfly mod that turned your boat into a hovering, flying boat. And it was cool, you know, it's fun for shits and giggles. Wasn't anything groundbreaking or, you know, super amazing. But, like, you know, considering what boatfly would do later on, like, it's definitely, it's ironic how the universe has symmetry to itself. A symmetry of irony. And if you look really, really, really close, you'll see it. That symmetry in your life that you never expected to run into, never expected to slap you in the face the way that it did. But it's there nonetheless. That symmetry of irony that runs through everything. Okay. I think I'm gonna make this sort of like a knot, or like an interwoven sort of shape like that. But yeah, you just kind of have to, you know, look for the crazy in your life. Look for how the odd things that happen that you never expected to happen. Like, yeah, if you told me how incredibly important Boatfly would become and how much of a menace it would be for a time, and that it just started out as a harmless mod, even though obviously they're not the same thing, but like you can't deny that the the similarities are just startling. It's just amazing how wild things can be sometimes. Because, like, for example, Boatfly got animals out here in June of 2017. That would never have been possible otherwise. And different Boatfly mod was used to achieve that. But regardless, like, the concept is the same. How a decade ago, a literal decade ago, someone was thinking about flying with boats. And they were just thinking of it in like a casual, fun, you know, for shits and giggles kind of thing. Who knew that Boatfly would go on to be so prolific? Like, holy shit. The amount of shit that happened because of Boatfly, the various ways that Boatfly was accomplishable. And then later on, Horsefly and Pigfly. Like, it's just so strange how the universe has this symmetry of irony. There's a dichotomy of everything. Just how it influences and changes. The more things change, the more they stay the same, you know? It's just wacky. When anyone hears an old Minecraft mod, they think Ether mod. Yeah, I played Ether too, but I also played a ton of mods before Ether was even a thing. So, like, I was looking forward to Ether when it finally dropped. But at the same time, like, I had my fun with Ether mod, I guess. I don't know. I found there were other mods that were better than the Ether mod. Ether mod was okay. I'm not going to say it was amazing, but it was okay. Thaumcraft in mid to late 2013 really fucking hit it off. Like, Thaumcraft became an amazing mod. And then Industrialcraft and a bunch of other mods, they all had like this simultaneous sort of peak in 2012, 2013. And we never really saw that kind of thing ever again, because everybody started making mods. And then, you know, the giants have kind of died out. Just is what it is. What year did I start playing Minecraft? Next month will be 12 years. So, January of 2010. It will have been 12 years. I can't believe it. If you told me I'd be playing this game 12 years later, I'd probably have just thought, oh, well, you know, it's still a shitty little browser game. But no, the internet has changed so drastically since then. Ugh. I can't believe it. I just can't believe. I want to believe, but I cannot believe. Just how wild and how different the game is. And yet, I still do basically the same things. Yeah, wow, it's something. It's something. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Isn't that the damn truth? Jack, repeat question. Wasn't I one of the first people to use Elytrafly? Yes, I was. I had a private client at the time, which was Pyrobyte's old client. And something about the fly hack. It was just a regular old fly hack. It wasn't even anything special. But there are apparently multiple different ways of employing a fly hack. And so Pyro's client employed a very unusual method of flying. Now, all these fly hacks were patched, okay? Until Elytra came out. And until that happened, there was really no way to fly in any meaningful capacity. Because there was never any meaningful way to stay in the air. We had a glide hack for many years, and we even used the glide hack to glide out to Space Valkyria. just because it was a convenient way to do that. But it was also quaint, you know? There was never a way to really do these things. And then Mojang just gave us a gift-wrapped, idealized version of it. And it was just so obvious. But every other client at that time could only employ the, I believe it was not on ground equals true, or something like that. And that's how they flew. And that was obviously never going to work. And so Elytra Fly never worked that way. And so for a time, because Pyro's incredibly unique client was about the only public client that had a flight method that was that primitive. It was entirely because Pyro's client had such a primitive fly method. Because Pyro was lazy and he didn't want to make some incredibly convoluted attempt that was obviously never going to work because all these old fly hacks were all long since patched. And so he just employed the most basic bare bones fly, which was only used for free cam. And that's why it was what it was. And that ironically ended up being the perfect method to fly with Elytra. And so for all of 1.9 until 1.9.4, that was the only way you could fly, was that way. And I was one of the few people who was able to do that. And so, that's what I did. I could fly to anyone's base. If I had known better, I could fly under bedrock, but I didn't. It didn't occur to me to fly under the bedrock. There were ways of getting under the bedrock. I just wasn't aware of them at the time. The nerds had already admitted, although they didn't admit at the time, but they admitted later on, that they used no clip to clip below the bedrock using Boatfly, because Boatfly worked on a similar method. And so they could just H-clip up or down, and they'd just go below the bedrock and fly at a really fast pace, and they'd get anywhere. They didn't even need to, like, teleport, although I'm fairly certain they could probably teleport if they wanted. I don't know. I don't know for sure what the extent of their backdoor at that time was, but regardless, that was just like... That was a very, very small miniature golden age for exploits, was 1.9. 1.9.1, 1.90, and 1.9.2. Before 1.9.4. That was a huge golden age of exploits. Did I know Minecraft was so small that some people just copied the code and put it on a site for free? Yeah, I remember that. There was a lot of talk about piracy back in the early days because people didn't want to buy Minecraft from Notch, which is silly because it's an amazing game. I would rather have made Notch a billionaire than Microsoft the billionaire company that it is. You know? So, take your pick. Who would you rather see that money? Notch, the most based billionaire there is, or Microsoft? I'll wait. If that's even a question that needs to be answered. As though that is a question that needs to be answered. All the stuff was removed in Equivalent Exchange 3. Oh, man. Equivalent Exchange. Oh, damn. Oh. That mod was so nostalgic, too. Everybody bitched and moaned about how that was just creative mode light. But it was fun. Like, so what if it's creative mode light? It was fun creative mode. I love that there was a literal machine that would make infinite EMC, which was that mod's currency. It was an alchemical, Full Metal Alchemist inspired mod, and you could just make any item you wanted under the sun. You could literally make EMC from sunlight. Like, the mod itself worked its way up to infinite EMC anyway. So the dumbass EMC printing machine was just like icing on the cake. It was so stupid, but I loved it. That was early Tekkit. Oh, those were the days. Equivalent Exchange 3. Someone did a version of EE2's OP stuff in a more recent version called Project E. Yeah, I remember Project E. I wonder if any of that stuff is up to date for 1.12 or 1.16 or whatever's the new hotness. Bezo let you join No Life due to the server not starting. Oh, okay. Thank you for okay. Well, good. You're welcome, Gojan. I look forward to seeing you in game. Hopefully not in a bad way. And hell, maybe you and I can team. Or whatever. I don't actually know how that works. I don't know if teaming is worth it or not. That's the thing. People teamed up episode 1, but like I couldn't tell you if it was worthwhile or not. Let's see here. Okay, Project E is 112, 116. Okay, good. I'm looking forward to that. I wanted to look into that. I want to see if you could make an up-to-date modern version of Feed the Beast or Tekkit. Let's do 20 and do Sea Lantern. Yes. Cool. That worked. 21. Obsidian. All right, cool. But yeah, there are a lot of really old mod packs that are just defunct. They're out of date. They're just so bad. And it's because they were tailored almost specifically for that 1 or 2 versions, and they just never could update again because none of the mods ended up being, compatible. Or some of the mods bit the dust and never ended up getting updated ever again, like Red Power. And just other things like that. Really, really a shame. And so, yeah, just a lot of things. We've lost so many mods over the years, it's not even funny. You only played with equivalent exchange in later mod packs. Oh, you missed out. If you missed it in Tekkit, you missed out. That was another golden age, for sure. Really a shame that a lot of those mod packs got torpedoed, too. People didn't like the devs updating or doing whatever. People got really pissy with mods once upon a time, too. But, oh well. Petty squabbles amongst the members of the Forge dev community and other people, other places like that. I can't say I miss a lot of that squabbling. But oh well. Where there's popularity, where there's fun, there's going to be drama. Shall inevitably follow. I think the stuff I'm talking about was before your time. Ah, no wonder. Okay, that would explain it then. Saw something several months ago that Ore Spawn was updating the current Minecraft because it was discontinued a while ago, but it was called a new name. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I remember a mod called Ore Spawn, but I never looked at what it was. I remember there was a mod called Nether Ores. And Nether Ores, that was a really fucking cool mod. That was, that made Nether Gold before it was popular, ironically. But it was far more overpowered. Still love the hell out of that mod, though. I gotta wonder if Mojang borrows ideas from mods on time. Or, at times. Can't ever tell sometimes. There's an uncanny resemblance in many cases. There we go. There. I love that look. Okay. All right. Let's make another cylinder of quartz. Perfect. There we go. Let's see now. Log cabin. Yeah, you know, Space Valk 1 is held so dearly. Just the work that went into it due to being in the end at a time of rapid dupes. Yeah. You'd fall to your death. Right. A lot of that. I miss the old end. I really do. The way that it used to just be empty. No, oh shit. No reason to clear out islands or, you know, to go hunting for an end city. Oh, those were the days. I hope we get like a void biome or something that's just empty. Sure would be nice. Like 1 or 2 kilometers of just naturally generated void. It's just empty. Nothing in it. No need to worry about it. You can plainly tell by how it looks. There will be nothing in there. You don't need to go bridging out over it to investigate or anything like that. Like, that would be cool as shit. 1.20 should be an end update. I know, right? Please, Mojang, make an end update. We need it. We've been begging for a long time now. It's really a shame, too, because, like, if they just would do it... I don't know. I just want them to do it, really. I don't have a reason. I'm just, I want to see what they'll do with it, you know? Oh yeah, I like that. Skip here, skip here, skip here. Oh, now I've got to locate the middle. Oh wait, let's use smooth stairs. Ah, I like that. It differentiates it just subtly. Look at that effect. Okay. I like that. Now then. It's 12:15, 12:17. Haha. You're two minutes off. So there. The old end made more sense. Now it's an open void for a reason. No, not islands here and there to save yourself. Yeah. I mean, I would have been fine with miniature islands. But very, very sparse. Very far apart islands. That's what I would have wanted. I wouldn't have wanted them to be every here and there, every which away. I would have been a fan of, like, end islands like the central island, but every 2 to 3 kilometers, and that you could only reach them through teleportation through end gateways that would randomly be generated here and there. And so you wouldn't get one everywhere. But you could reasonably, like, Wait a second. Oh, I'm fucking this up, aren't I? But yeah, you could reasonably get to an island after hopping through some end gateways, and it would branch out from the central island. And you could just go from there, basically. I don't know. I just wish they'd do it a little better. But it's too late. We're stuck with the islands everywhere model. I don't know. Okay. Let me break these central bits. I've messed up the pattern somewhere here. Got to get it all straightened out. There we go. Okay. So anyway. So yeah. Exponentially increasing distance away from each consecutive island. I don't know about that. You wouldn't have to go that far. Just a healthy distance of 1 to 2 kilometers from each island. About the same distance as it is now. Between the start of the end islands and where it is now. Okay. Copy, rotate, paste, rotate, paste, rotate, paste. That should get all 4 sides. Just about. Okay, cool. And that leaves a tiny bit of gap here. Skip. So do this here. There we go. Now I know I got it all uniform. Now then. They should do vanilla overhaul of structures. Yes, definitely. I'm all right with bastions because they're relatively new, and nether forts because they're not meant to be dense. But strongholds, they need to make strongholds poke out through the surface. That was a thing they were going to do, and then they abandoned it. I don't know why. That was very cowardly. Whatever, of them to just like not do that anymore. I love the idea of having this I don't know, this ancient structure that could just pop out of the ground in front of you and it would lead you down into a stronghold. Maybe have the strongholds generating farther out, like in the 10k to 20k range. Maybe have those occasionally peek through the ground, you know? But as it stands, they want them to remain as buried as possible. And that's not cool. I don't like that. That seems a little, I don't know, purposefully obtuse. Ooh, Just one of those things where you, just want to see it done right. Like a labyrinth type of stronghold. Yes, different types of strongholds would be nice too. Like, not just a universal type or style of stronghold, just that all strongholds behave according to, you know, it will be one of 3 types, and then, because we've got multiple types of bastion. We don't really have multiple types of nether fort, but oh well. End cities need a huge overhaul. Those things fucking suck. Like, end cities are the ugliest structure, the most annoying to navigate, the most annoying to find, and the least aesthetic out of everything in the entire game. End cities are awful. And there's no saving them like they are. The current way the end city is structured and looks is bad. It's just so bad. If I could literally delete an entire structure from the game, it would be the end city. Because it's just awful. I would rather go treasure hunting without a treasure map. Or without a dolphin to guide me. Or I would rather, like, go base hunting in 1.18. Or I would rather follow a fucking turtle to its hatch point origin 2 million blocks away on Sim PvP. I would literally rather do anything else other than go hunt up another fucking dumbass end city with the potential, not even the guarantee, the potential to have an elytra boat at it. Like, fuck me, that is awful. That's awful gameplay, awful game design, huge time waste. It makes you feel good when you finally do get the elytra, but the time spent could have been done on something far better. Unless you just get lucky and it's like right there as soon as you come through an end gateway, and it's just like in immediate render distance. And 9 times out of 10, it ain't gonna be. So there's just no point. There's just no point to them. As a pose of 128 strongholds, maybe cut that number in half just to get better strongholds? No. No, that is terrible. Make strongholds generate endlessly per world. I've wanted strongholds to generate endlessly for, or not endlessly, but infinitely. An unlimited number of strongholds. No hard limit to them. I'll admit 128 is fine for now, but I would really rather it just be that there is no end to the number of strongholds in a world. That would give so much more. In my opinion, anyway. Okay. I want to do a cube. I haven't done a good cuboidal shape in a while. Something like that. Okay, would I rather make Space Valkyrie without world edit than look for a stronghold or an elytra boat? Yes, I would rather build this place without world edit. So long as I've got like creative mode or something. So that I have infinite resources. Because at least building something in creative mode, my design process isn't really going to change. It's going to take more time to lay down blocks and stuff, but so what? That's really not that bad. But like running around for kilometers in some cases. I went on the damn test server while it was still up. I went for like 60 kilometers and could not find an untouched end city. I just couldn't do it. There just weren't any. To be fair, that's because other people had raided them, but even so, like, ugh. isn't worth it. Let's move it one. Oh, I see what I did. There we go. So yeah, just end city hunting is such a pain without an elytra. Having that elytra makes all the difference. Okay. So now we want to make it go down. Is this 11? No. 2, 3. Now it's 11. So yeah, just... there are quite a few things that need a big overhaul in this game. End city hunting and strongholds would definitely be one of the big ones. Sadly, some of that may never happen. Who knows? There we go. But hey, maybe we'll get lucky and Mojang will have their collective brain cells rub together and they'll go, ooh, that's a good idea. Because, I mean, I'm not convinced that they can't do it. They've proven with updates like 1.16 that they can make amazing bomb updates that are just so fun. They've proven themselves capable of, at the very least, developing sensible versions. But they refuse to do it. Or at least they refuse to do it often. Maybe once every 5 years. Because like the last really sensible update we had pre 1.16 was 1.12 probably. Or probably 1.11. Yeah, because the shulker box and the totem were added back then. That was a really wonderful quality of life update. I would literally rather do anything other than hunt up an end city. If that answers your question, Christy. Like, literally anything else. Oh, wait, what am I doing? What am I doing? I can just copy it. Because hunting up an end city is like sticking a needle in my eye. It's not pleasant. If I had to have it done, I would scream bloody murder. But, like, I could understand if it needs to be done for a medical reason. And to get an elytra, you have to, you have to go to an end city. It's just no two ways about it. I think it's the fact that there's no fun way to do it. When you go looking for an end city, you're just kind of at the mercy of RNG, and that's not cool. Nobody wants to be at the mercy of RNG. Oh, wait, shit. Undo. We just want to move up one. There we go. So yeah, being at the mercy of RNG, that sucks. It makes you feel powerless. It gives you this sense that you're just... your hands, or your fate is in luck's hands. And yeah, I don't like that. That doesn't make for good gameplay. Yeah, that's 11. Why do I get the feeling... oh, yeah, this needs to be moved down. So yeah, maybe they'll change it, maybe they won't, who knows. It's definitely something I dread doing whenever I gotta do a new world or anything like that. I got so lucky when I was hunting up an elytra in my hardcore world. Or 2, 3, 4. Ooh, that's too exact. But anyway, yeah, I got so lucky when I was hunting it up in my hardcore world. It didn't end up needing to be this hours and hours and hours long affair. That internal bit looks wrong. So yeah, I'm just happy I found an end city super quickly in hardcore. Hopefully, I never have to do that again. I don't see how they could change it unless they add a map. That would be a really good idea. Another way they could change it is by leading you to it subtly by environmental cues. For example, having your, I don't know, when you eat a chorus fruit, because obviously that's the first thing you see. If you eat chorus fruit in a certain, or under a, I don't know, a certain effect, that it will teleport you closer to an end city. And that with some creative decision, you can figure out where an end city is. 2, 3, okay. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's why this looks off. These are spaced more evenly. These two aren't. Got to move these down. Let's move it down too. So yeah, if it could be done in a clever way, and I don't tell me there isn't a clever way to do it. There's a clever way to signal to a player, you know, hey, here's an end city. Come over this way. There would be an interesting way to do that. I know there would be. That's looking more like it. So who knows? I think it would just take some clever game design to make that less of a chore. That's really all it would take. Again, like you could just lead a player to it subtly. I mean, not accidentally. But, you know, through subtle cues, through some sort of clue system, maybe. I don't know. Use your imagination. Surely the Mojang devs have one, right? But, oh well, what can you do? Okay. I don't have enough room. Not without merging these. Well, I guess merging these wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, actually, I think that would look good. Never mind. Well, maybe not. Oh, yeah, it's going to have to be in there, isn't it? Okay, well, simple fix. Oh. There we go. Wonderful. But yeah, what happened when I threw an Eye of Ender in the end? Nothing happens. It doesn't fly. It's extremely anticlimactic if you were thinking something special would occur. Here they're adding more environmental things, especially with music, so it's probably, yeah, that probably wouldn't be too bad, yeah. That would definitely be a step in the right direction. Okay. Let me move this 4 blocks over. There we go. Okay. There we have it. The full cube. Then I'll move it 1, 2, 3 blocks down. Ooh, better yet. Think. Oh wait, if I do it there. Yeah, I have to do it here. Centered. Just like that. Rotate 270. Okay. Paste without error. I was 1 block off. Undo. Oh, hey, Osmobite. Thank you for the donation, man. Merry Christmas to you too. Wow. That snapped me out of my world. Wow, I was thinking too much. Okay. 1 down. Bill Gates moment. The structure looks very Celtic. Yeah, I kind of have had a bit of inspiration from some Celtic shapes and designs. I won't lie. There has been, to a degree, a bit of plagiarism when it comes to other cultures and other, you know, other things. White. Stained glass. Well, not really plagiarism, but, you know. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery and all that. Yeah, I like that. Oh, should probably put a light in here. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Little 3x3 area. Maybe even I can fit a redstone piston door in here. Who knows? And then I can put this around it. There we go. Actually, I think I might put it around this too. Okay, repeat question. Jack, hard question. What I think is the most nostalgic build or base in Minecraft? What, that I've ever made? Oh, gosh. Probably Valkyria. It wasn't hard to make or anything, just it's nostalgic. Okay. Yeah, the nostalgia of a place like Valkyria would certainly be... That would be something. I really kind of miss Valkyria. Oh. It's just one of those times, you know, you have this close friendship with people. You get to know them, they get to know you, and everything's seemingly going just fine, and then the next thing you know, base is over, everybody go home. And it's just such an unfortunate thing. We had a lot of fun at Valkyria. That was honestly one of the last hurrahs for a lot of people. And then we had the third incursion about a year and some change later, and that was the last hurrah for a lot of people too. And so it definitely is one of those, you know, you don't expect it until it's gone. You don't see it coming until it's over. Really a shame. Bases like Valkyria deserve to be remembered forever. Oh, not that I've built, just that I've seen. Gosh. Yeah, no, I'm still going to stick with Valkyria. Just because it was the most nostalgic, and it still is to me to this day. Very nostalgic base. Think of tutorial Xbox 360 worlds with various... Oh, yeah, that. Well, I mean, I was never an Xbox or Minecraft player on any other platform other than Java. So I don't have that early nostalgia. All of my early nostalgia is from like 2010 to like 2012. And it was purely almost exclusively on 2B2T with the exception of like a handful of things. That one structure looks like Doctor Who's electric screwdriver. It does? I wasn't thinking of it that way. But sure, I guess. I don't know. I should really put something on the top of this. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, so Sphere 22. Right here ought to do. Come on. Generate the sphere already. There we go. Oh, it's not. I see. I did the wrong thing. It's holosphere. My bad. Well, then I've got to get out and chop this thing in half. So about right there. Gonna try to not go on another 20-minute nostalgia trip. Yeah, that's okay. I get you. I understand. Nostalgia trips are... they're their own unique sort of medicine. A nostalgia trip is not just a way for your brain to remember and enjoy the things that it remembers, but also a way to, you know, give your life some semblance of meaning. In that, you know, well, I lived through this or I experienced that, and therefore, I'm okay. I don't have to, like... there we go. I don't have to, like, regret my life. And so that's like a big role that nostalgia plays. Your ability to appreciate what you have and how you've lived and all that. It definitely comes from that same spot. Fuck. Come on. Like, the irony is, even this base is beginning to get a little nostalgic, just because it's been 5 years, man. Like, of course. Right about there. Where'd it go? So I don't know. I'm the sexiest dude you've ever met. Sure. Am I making the Death Star? Hell no. I will never make the Death Star, don't you worry. That went through the glass, but only just barely. Yeah, it's alright, I guess. But anyway, what? 5 years of work on one base, I know. Yeah, most would get bored after just 5 months, I know. Most bases on 2B2T don't even last that long. It's hard to believe that I've been playing the game for 12 years, and that out of all that time, 5 of those 12 years have been spent on this. Making this place. Like, just stop and think about that. Let that sink in. That poor sink has been waiting outside all this time in the freezing cold. Just let that pour sink in. I've spent nearly half of my Minecraft experience just on this one base. Almost half. It's probably more like 40%, 45%, somewhere in there. But you get the idea. It's quite a lot. I'll forego putting stairs on this level just because it meets the glass so flush. So yeah, that's nuts. What type of music do I like? Oh god, I'm a music carnivore. I love 80s rock, 70s rock, classic rock. I love a lot of the 80s pop songs. I love various weird electronica. I love metal video game covers of just all sorts of different songs. Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, Metroid. Oh my god, Metroid. I stumbled upon a really good cover band many years ago called Stemmage. They do covers of the various songs from Metroid. They've probably since like either gone dormant or broken up. I can't tell which. But like, they've done some really cool shit. And it just, wow. There's so much good music out there. Like there was an album released by, what was his name? It was an Undertale cover album, and he did metal and rock covers of all the songs from Undertale. I forget. Cannot for the life of me remember what it was called, but it was so good. Will I ever replay TP on stream? Twilight Princess? Or something else? I don't know. I don't have a way to stream Twilight Princess at the moment, if that is indeed what you're asking. Same other video game music, really. Punk metal is your preferred. You like the Mars Volta. Okay. I've never heard of Mars Volta, but yeah. Well, good. Favorite music genres are big band, dance, jazz, second ties with heavy metal. Okay. Yeah, I like a lot of classical music. I've fallen into some of Beethoven's stuff. And then the Nutcracker Suite by Tchaikovsky. That one, since it's, you know, the holiday season, that one really gets me. Actually, come to think of it, that's public domain, isn't it? Fuck, I should, like, play that on Christmas Day. I love the Waltz of the Flowers. There we go. Imagine Beethoven composing his music on Space Valkyria. Oh my god. I would love to see if someone like Beethoven would be inspired by whatever I built. That would be so fucking epic. Like, I couldn't even put that into words. I'm sure someone, if they saw a place like this and they were a composer of that nature, they probably would be inspired to write something. Only problem is it wouldn't become a classic for 100 or more years, and so wouldn't likely ever, I would never hear about it in that term, and it obviously wouldn't be classical music because it would be new, but you get the idea. That would be fucking dope. To have so inspired someone they wrote a musical piece about Space Valkyrie. That would make me tear up, literally. Very few things move me to that degree, but I think that would be one of them. So yeah. Do I like drum code? I don't know what that is, sorry. If that's a band, I've just never heard of them. Like a sci-fi futurist, yeah, I like landscapes that are sci-fi. What if it's like terrible music? Well, if it's not good, I prefer to not think of that. If that's an alternative, please no. More water. Will I make a video about No Life? Of course. We're just not in a position to film No Life for a while. It won't be until after New Year's. Just because everybody's busy with the holidays, so, you know. Don't get your hopes up about No Life for a little bit. The Saturday following, see now, this coming Saturday's Christmas, the next is New Year's, so it would be 2 weeks, or no, 3 weeks from this Saturday. So 3 Saturdays from now is when we will resume, at least to my knowledge, is when we will resume No Life. So, you know, look forward to it. I considered streaming it back whenever that was. What was it, like last week? I've since reconsidered that. I'm really glad I didn't end up streaming it. Just because it occurred to me that there needs to be an element of surprise to it. And me blabbing about what I'm doing on stream ruins that surprise. It does really kind of take a bit of the fun out. And that's fine. But, yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to keep what I'll do hush-hush until you see it, basically. So, probably not going to stream it, now that I think about it. It was a good idea, but I'm kind of glad I didn't go through with it. So yeah, Drum Code is a record label. Oh. Well, again, never heard of them. Want to ask what No Life is, but you don't want to look like a fool. Well, I mean, it's just a contest, survival contest, basically. To be honest, I'm participating in it, and I'm really not even sure what it's about myself. We've barely gone into... Because we're going to be playing Squid Game-esque, you know, life or death games. We have 3 lives. It's a lot like hardcore Minecraft. But any more than that, I really couldn't tell you. I don't honestly know what to expect. So, look forward to it. That's really all I can say. It's going to be fun. But, anything more than that, we will just have to wait and see what becomes of it. There we go. Favorite classical piece is Schoenberg, Verklot Nacht, Op voor the Dvorak Symphony. Ah, the Dvorak Symphony, okay. I really like, what else? What was it? It was Pictures at a Museum. Or is it Pictures at an Exhibition? I think that's what it is. Pictures at a Museum, I think is what it's called. By Modest Mussorgsky, I think's his name. I found that one by accident in 2016 and just fell in love with it. I was rewatching Fantasia for like the umpteenth time. And of course, I fell in love with Night on Bald Mountain many, many, many years ago. And so I just decided, okay, well, I'm going to look up, you know, the composer of Night on Bald Mountain, see what his work is like. Damn. That dude. I don't know what it was with those Russians, but those Russians were on some sort of like, those people were cracked. They were not only the most musically and artistically inclined for a short period, they made some of the most amazing pieces like Rite of Spring, the Nutcracker Ballet, so many others. Like, it's just jaw-dropping. Sounds like a random string of words. Well, it was a name. I've built so much in this world, how do I not get burned out? I have a fire burning in my belly to make this thing a reality. And by that, I mean finish it. Russian people are interesting. That is not wrong. You should check out the Screamers. They're a late 70s punk band that had no guitar and bass. Really? Just synths and drums. They never recorded an album, so it's all live. Very interesting. I don't know that I would like them. But I'll have to give them a listen. Just to see. They were. It was really amazing. Okay. Well, thank you for the suggestion. The Screamers. Favorite heavy metal is Megadeth, Queen Scythe, and old Metallica. Shinedown. You like Shinedown? Wow, yeah, I've listened to some of Shinedown stuff. I like them. They've got soul to them. And that's not an easy thing to say of most bands. Have you heard of Volbeat? Volbeat is very similar. No, not the Pokemon. Mainly like the singer. Ah. My uncle was into... Okay, let me not fuck this up. Iron Maiden. That was it. My uncle was heavily into Iron Maiden for many, many years. I guess he's still into their older stuff, obviously. But, yeah, he tried to get me into it a long time ago. And, it never really gelled with me the way that it obviously had with him. But, like, some of their stuff's not bad. I haven't really heard it in a very, very long time, so I don't know of anything off the top of my head that Iron Maiden did. But, you know, that's a metal band I'm very, very, very passingly familiar with. Getting to Velvet Underground. Okay. Yes! Wait, are you saying yes as in just saying the word yes, or do you mean the band? Because I love me some Yes. Yes is a good band. And not just because they did one of the JoJo endings, but like, they've got some really cool stuff. Yes. What goes on my mind when I place a block? How do I calculate shit so quickly? Honestly, not a whole hell of a lot. I'm focused more on talking and thinking rather than a specific, oh, well, I got to put a block here, I got to do there. I got, like, a lot of this shit right here that I'm doing it on autopilot. I'm not thinking about it. Oh, my neck. Ow. I don't feel like I have to think about it. Like, I'm just like, oh, yeah, this goes here. Yeah, and this goes there. Yeah, then this happens here. Yeah, this will look good there. Okay, throw that here. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, sure, there. And that's it. Like, I don't iterate through what I do. I just do it. And if I don't like it, I erase it and do it over again. Until I do like it. And that's it. Like, it need not be more complicated than that. I don't know. Maybe it's just extensive practice. Building and designing has become second nature to me. I'm super familiar with all the controls. I know shortcuts and tricks that most people don't. But not really. Like, is anyone really that impressed by the middle click feature? A feature that's been in the game for almost a decade? Like, that shouldn't shock anyone. As for like accuracy and like block placement, I just throw it where it throws. I suppose you could ask the same thing of an FPS, a seasoned FPS player. And I imagine there's a lot of autopiloting going on with what they do too. Like, not every player thinks all that intently about what they do. They just do it. Shia LaBeouf said it best, just do it. As corny as that guy is. Sometimes it just takes a firm, quick thought. And sometimes in my own head I say, "Be gone, thoughts." And I stop thinking. And I just start doing. And you too can think. Or do. It's up to you. FPS players a lot of aim. Yeah, exactly. They don't stop to consider their every action. That will get you killed in an FPS competitive shooter scenario. Because nobody else is stopping to think of their actions. They're just doing. And sometimes, you know, that'll get you killed. Sometimes it keeps you alive. It just is what it is. Whoops. I just kind of have a very vague idea as to what I want the structure to look like, and then I just sort of shape it from there, and if it ends up somewhere different, that's all right. You know, what was it, Bob Ross, you know, happy little mistakes, happy little accidents, you know. Sometimes at night, I drink too much tea and have a happy little... No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's not real. But, yeah, like... I'm sure some of you guys were also happy little accidents. You know. It do be that way sometimes. And you know, the shoe may end up on the other foot, and I may have a happy little accident myself one day. Who knows? Life is full of mystery. Jack is truly an AI. Why? Just because I cracked a shitty joke off of a terrible setup? Funny how we do just what video was exactly how it was intended. Just wanted to use, be free to use an open-ended for what the internet would do with it. Yeah, exactly. Bob was a visionary. Before his time. Didn't even know what vision he was having, and he ended up changing the world. I hope to be half as good as that someday. Who knows? Maybe somebody will be gushing over these replays one day. I doubt it. No, scroll up his previous comment. Jack is the Nerds Inc. new project. Oh, that's what he meant. My bad. Thanks, Happy Bill. I can't say your name. I'm sorry. Yeah, I see it now. I know you never heard of these artists, but my favorite 30s jazz band, Ben Selvin, Henry Hall, Jack Hall. No, yeah, I have never heard of any of those guys, but I know there's a very dedicated jazz scene that has existed for decades. And that there is a sort of underground jazz scene that really remains untapped to this day. Makes you wonder if any of that will ever reach any sort of mainstream status, or if it will all just kind of ebb away and be forgotten in the dark of the internet. If any of that is being properly cataloged and kept track of, who knows? Really makes you wonder how many bands throughout human history have slipped away into obscurity because their stuff was never properly cataloged, never properly stored or appreciated in its day, and would be a hit if allowed. You know, who knows? Crazy things have happened, I suppose. Isn't this wonderful? Oops. Okay. Now, most of them range from 100 to 100,000 views. Oh, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yes. Yes, please. Let's groove tonight. Share that spice of our age. God, it makes me so sad the funk soul era ended so poorly. Like, nobody from that era has anything. I mean, yeah, they're recognized, they're loved, but like, nobody today is making anything like that anymore. There's no Soul Train. There's no Earth, Wind, and Fire. There's no, and by that I mean a modern equivalent. There's no the Bee Gees. There's no who did Rocksteady and a bunch of others. Fuck, I gotta look that up. That's gonna bother me. The Whispers, that's it. Yeah, there's no The Whispers. There's no, you know, Aretha Franklin anymore. Like, all of that is just a forgotten art. A lost art. The art of soul and R&B and funk. Like, these days, it's just gangster shit. There's no... Ironically, there's no soul to it. Like, oh man, that shit is hot. What happened? Where'd it go? Why did people stop using that? Where... It's like a muscle. If it's not used, it atrophies. Like, come on. Such a shame. Damn crying shame. Ugh. It's depressing, really, because that's like a legacy that was just never inherited. Aphex Twins? Yeah, exactly. Like, relegated to old, you know, discs, albums, tracks, and just kind of largely forgotten. And just criminally so. And yeah, everybody memes Earth, Wind, and Fire September. But like, there's so much more than that. That's like saying Rick Astley was just, you know, Never Gonna Give You Up. Yeah, but like, that's to say nothing of anything else he did. So yeah. Pearls before swine, I guess. I don't know. People being incapable of appreciating the music of the previous generation. Recommend these kind of jazz, super underrated. Yeah, I know. Prince was also underrated, yes. Prince. Rip in peace, man. Dude had some odd proclivities, but oh god, he could sing. Oh. Okay, I think I coded it pretty good. Oh man, that's gonna interfere. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to put this here. This spot is a spot of trouble. H-sill, air, 20, 40 blocks tall. No? 21? Oh wait, maybe it was 19. No. Eh. Well, fuck, that ate through that. Undo, undo, undo. Rick Astley's Everlong cover is great. Yeah, he's been doing a lot of covers lately, I've noticed. I guess that's kind of how he makes himself still known. Especially since his #1 hit song is like one of the most hit songs in the world. must be, what was it, 12? Yeah, it was 12. That was what it was. Let's just do it right here. Why not? All right, cool. Princess solo on a jam on the song while you keep, yeah. Yep. I like more cinematic beautiful jazz. I recommend Jimmy Durant. The narrator of the OG Frosty the Snowman. Wow. May head to sleep here soon. Okay, well, you take care. I'm probably about to end the stream somewhat shortly, too. Aha. Get rid of that. And these trees too. These don't need to be here. Okay. Let's remove the glass as well. White stained glass with air. Oh shit, that got cut off. Fuck. I'm gonna have to oh well. Pause 2. Okay. See how this looks. Oh, it ate into the pylon. I had a feeling it would. Damn it. Oh, gray or something. Wow, Merry Christmas to you too. Thank you for the donation, man. Smile, I like it. Favorite kind of music is either all rap, modern, pop, modern, country. Jimmy Durant was also the person who sang the Joker trailer song. Interesting. Okay. I might just block this up and then put a thing here. Not sure. Well, at any rate, I will leave it there for tonight. I am getting run down and making mistakes. I'm losing track and focus, I can tell. Oh, but yes, thank you so much, Gray or Something. Thank you all so much for coming out. Thank you all to those who donated. Merry Christmas to you all. Happy holidays to those otherwise. And I will see you all tomorrow. His name is pronounced as Durante. Oh, not Durant. Durante. Okay. James Durante. Or Jimmy Durante. Okay, cool. I will take care. Y'all take care. Y'all have a wonderful evening. See y'all tomorrow. Christmas Knash shows the Space Valkyria screenshot using Pyrobyte Gamma, the pink one. Oh, yeah. I understand what you're talking about, Thor. Yes, remind me, and I will do that on Christmas. I'll be streaming that day, so don't worry. So, yeah, I will catch y'all later.